The motion of confidence, Mr. Prime Minister.
Speaker, sir, I beg to move that this House expresses its confidence in the Council of Ministers. Sir, shall I? Sir, with your kind permission, I would like to move the vote of confidence motion for the second time in last 10 months. On 12th of June, in the very same House, the vote of confidence motion was moved and it was carried by the very same House. Today, again, I have come before this House to take the vote of confidence because of certain new development took place. On the day, that is 12th June 1996, when the vote of confidence motion was carried, I know 30 parties, including national, regional parties combined and formed a united front. At the same time, this united front has got only about 192 members. The supporting party, Congress I, under the leadership of Shri P.V. Narasimha, on 12th May, they took a unanimous decision, a decision spontaneously taken by the Congress, that if the third front is prepared to form the government, we are going to extend the support. That is on 12th May 1996. So after that, all regional and national parties combined and they elected the leader among themselves, and the new political force, the third force, which we call it as United Front, was established. On 15th May, I was elected as the leader of the United Front. Then Rashtrapati ji called me after Shri Atal Bihari Vajpayee ji has tendered the resignation, mostly on 28th or so, 28th of May. He called me to form the government. And he gave a deadline before 12th of June. I should go before the House and take the mandate of the House. Sir, I do not want to blame anybody or to cast aspersion against any individuals or any political party. But what happened, I would like to just narrate. Sir, on the day when the discussion took place on the vote of confidence motion, then CPP President and the Congress I leader, Narasimha ji, he has categorically mentioned in his speech, just I would like to quote from his own speech. Anyone, any forces or combination of forces on the basis of the secularism, on the basis of accepted principles, we are prepared to cooperate we are prepared to support from outside. Now it so happened that after 3-4 days of suspense, Mr. Devegowda has chosen and he was called by Rashtrapati ji. But further, my understanding with Devegowda is that this party will not allow the government to fall under any circumstances. History will not say that it was because of the Congress party the Gowda's government will fall. So this only I just draw the attention of this August House. The stands taken by then President and the CPP leader on that day, what the assurance given to the nation, I am only now trying to refresh the memory of what has happened on that day. Sir, I do not want what has been quoted by other friends. Shri Antulaji has said in the very same place that the question of withdrawing the support from our side is ruled out. We will stand by him, stand by this government till the end. I think I am correct. Sharad Pawarji, while addressing this house on a motion of thanks to Rashtrapati's address to both the houses, what he has said in the speech, I do not want to again narrate it. His copy of the speech is with me. So today, in last 10 months, the government, with the support of 13 parties, which was asked to run this government. Subsequently, National Conference also joined. Mainly two supporting parties from outside, the Congress and CPIM. Sir, they have extended the full cooperation in the last 10 months. Otherwise, what the achievements we have done in the last 10 months, we would not have been able to achieve some of the issues which I am going to spell out, or the achievements which I am going to spell out, taking advantage of this vote of confidence motion. Sir, this achievement is not by me. This achievement is not by my colleagues alone. This achievement is because of the cooperation extended by the supporting parties and the parties which are in the government sharing power. In particular, and in general, the House has also extended the full cooperation to achieve some of these objects which we have committed ourselves in our common minimum program. Sir, on that day, the supporting parties and the other national and regional parties, when we came together, there was some sort of lurking suspicion in the mind of the people in the country, whether the national party or the regional party can go together. Can they perform their responsibilities? Can they discharge their responsibilities? These regional parties have got the experience of the national issues or the national outlook. The regional parties may try to confine to their own states. They have no experience of running the government at the national level. This was a sort of suspicion in the mind of the people of this country, and some of the intellectuals also expressed their feelings while we were asked to shoulder the responsibility. Sir, I am glad to say, in last 10 months, what are all the steps we have taken, it has clearly proved that the national parties as well as the regional parties combined has run the government better than the previous regime, I could say. In 10 months, on the day when I replied to the vote of confidence motion, again I repeat, here in the very same house, how long I will continue in office is not my concern. You can also go through my speech. Whether it is 5 months or 5 days or 5 years, I am not going to worry. But my concern is, as long as I am going to be here, I must work to the best of my ability with my experience to solve the problem of the nation. With this background, I started my work with the cooperation of my colleagues. Sir, in last 10 months, what are all the steps we have taken? I would like to just narrate to this August House, because that is very essential, whether I have gone wrong and betrayed the confidence of the people of this country, or betrayed the confidence imposed by the supporting parties by this government. That is what I would like to bring it to the notice of the Honorable House. Sir, the first decision what we took was to revive some of the institutions which were very much essential for cooperation of the state and the center while running the administration. Sir, the Interstate Council meeting was not held for 6 years. We tried to revive the Interstate Council meeting, and we had 2 sittings. And in the 2 sittings, the main issue that was discussed was the Sarkaria Commission report. The Sarkaria Commission recommendation was not only to share the political power, but also the economic power. So some of the recommendations of the Sarkaria Commission was accepted in the Interstate Council meeting, and where we were unable to come to an unanimous decision in the Chief Minister's Conference, we have agreed to constitute a standing committee under the chairmanship of the Home Minister. Sir, why I am mentioning is, we tried to revive some of these bodies which were very essential for a proper understanding between the state and the center. With this background, the first decision which we have taken was, within the common minimum program, even for a smooth working, we want the cooperation of all the chief ministers and all the states. Sir, there is a peculiar situation after the 11th Lok Sabha election, the mandate which is given by the people of this country. In the very same house, there may be about 32 political parties. If you take small parties and the regional parties, national parties, all put together, it may be about 32, 33 political parties. Sir, with this background, to run the house, to face the house, it is rather difficult. And to run the country also, it is not so simple. When we accepted this challenge, for a smooth functioning of the government, the common minimum program, barring Congress, all other political parties, including CPI-M, which is not a supporting party, not participated in the government, we have adopted the common minimum program. After adopting the common minimum program, we took a decision to implement this. The cooperation of all the chief ministers is required. That's why I called the chief ministers conference. The chief ministers conference was held for 2 days, and the decision was taken unanimously, which are the areas where we can, without any difference of opinion, where we can implement, and that the decision was taken unanimously by identifying about 7 priority sectors. Sir, I am glad to say almost all the chief ministers agreed for these 7 priority areas to be completed in a time-bound program by 2080. Sir, the other issues, the National Development Council meeting was not met for several years. We called the National Development Council meeting. There also we took a decision about the 9th plan. 9th plan, the approach papers were also approved. And of course, it was not brought before this House because of other formalities to be completed. And for the first time, the 9th 5-year plan approach paper was finalized with a short span of 4 months or 5 months. And the document was placed before the nation. And the cabinet has taken the decision about the approach paper of the 9th plan. And sir, the NDC has also met, and we have adopted that. And of course, this has to be discussed in the very same house to give a final touch-up. Sir, on other matters, what we have agreed in the common minimum program about the Lokpal bill. The Lokpal bill also was introduced. It is now before the standing committee, if I am correct, and we were very much anxious to pass that bill, and I also requested you that this bill should be passed in the session. But anyway, the present the political situation may not be possible for me to pass the bill unless the House agrees. Sir, about stability issue was one of the issues which was in the mind of everybody. Sir, in last 10 months, I have never felt that there is any instability to the government. I must be fair, the Congress party or the supporting parties has never interfered in taking any decisions. Almost all the decisions which we have taken in last 10 months were unanimous in the cabinet. There may be some expression of difference of opinion by my colleagues or by the supporting party. It is quite but natural. The supporting parties must have their own say, because with different political ideologies, with different manifestos, when they have all come together under a special circumstance, they have got their own rights. Their manifesto is something else, and the ideological differences are from one party to other party differs. And when we all come together with a specific purpose of to strengthen the secular democracy in this country, then naturally we have agreed for certain minimum program where there should not be any difference of opinion. So when we have accepted that common minimum program, with regards to other issues, they are quite but natural to express their difference of opinion in par with their party manifesto or their ideologies. I don't find fault with that. But I must say, in all the decisions which we have taken in last 10 months, there was no interference, and that is why I was able to achieve something in last 10 months. The cabinet has unanimously taken almost all the decisions, which in my opinion was a progressive step what we have taken in all these 10 months. I am going to one by one place the achievements of this government for through you, sir, and through this House to the nation. Sir, the budget 97-98 budget, which was appreciated by almost all sections of the society, and we have not taken care of any one particular section. Sir, we have taken sufficient precaution. I could say this, not to neglect the industrial sector, not to neglect the agricultural sector, not to neglect the social welfare sector. At the same time, we also gave sufficient initiatives to the investments, to give encouragement for the private investments. They have also given sufficient scope in our budget. Why I am saying this thing is, some of the programs which we have launched, to achieve those programs successfully, we need resources. The resources has to be mobilized by our own internal resource mobilization, and in addition to that, the private sector and the global investments also should be attracted on the basis of the new economic philosophy. The new economic philosophy has given wide scope for attracting the private and the public investments. Sir, with this background, the budget was this time presented before this House and through this House to the whole nation. Sir, the budget presented by the Finance Minister of the United Front reflects our commitment to the economic reforms, but ensures that the poor and the disadvantaged sections of the society are not bypassed in the process of development. Sir, 97 budget in many ways represents a watershed. With this budget, the reference point for the reform process on which India has embarked has shifted from 91 to 97. In a bold move, the budget has significantly reduced corporate and personal taxes. Domestic company tax rate have been lowered and 43% to fairly competitive 35%. Foreign companies will be taxed at the rate at 48%, down from 55%. Sir, individual taxpayers will now pay 30% tax at the margin of hefty 25% reduction. Coupled with the rationalization of the direct tax rates, the budget has also announced a 20% reduction in customs duty across the board. A dual philosophy underpins this approach to increasingly align tax rate in India to those prevailing in other Asian countries, and a conviction that lower tax rates will encourage increasingly greater level of compliances. The budget has a number of measures aimed stimulating the vital infrastructure sectors through a combination of fiscal and policy initiatives. The government has sought to
Please order in the House. Please don't talk.
Communication, oil and gas, and roads and tourism. These are some of the areas we try to open up for the private sector. Sir, import duty in coal has been reduced. Sir, what some of the important decisions what we have taken in our budget proposals I would like to again highlight from the point of view of the growth. Sir, the telecommunication service providers have been accorded infrastructure status and granted a complete tax holiday for a 5-year period with 30% tax holiday for a further 5-year period. license fee can now be amortized and licenses can be assigned, clearing the way for a number of projects to reach financial closure. The oil and gas sector has been subjected to a comprehensive review. An attempt has been made to further revive the capital markets. Major amendments in the Companies Act and the Direct Taxes Act are proposed. Foreign Exchange Regulation Act 1973 is to be replaced. There are to be statutory measures to deal with money laundering. Similarly, the budget reflects our concern for the poor and the disadvantaged sections. There are enhancements in the provisions for the basic minimum services, the outlays for the rural areas and employment for social services, the provision of the basic minimum service from 2,466 crores, which was increased to 3,300 crores. Sir, this includes 330 crores for slum clearance. The provision for the accelerated irrigation, which we have provided 900 crores in the last year budget, we have increased to 1,300 crores in 1997 and 98. 200 crores has been provided for small irrigation projects, works like Ganga Kalyan, to help the scheduled castes, scheduled tribes and the weaker section of the society and the small farmers. Sir, we have provided 250 crores for Kasturba Gandhi Shiksha Yojana to start the residential schools for the tribal area of the girls, and where the literacy is below national average. In such places, we wanted to start for 250 residential schools. Sir, I am only mentioning some of these highlights, the achievements of this government in last 10 months, which what you are committed and what the assurance that we have given to the nation through our common minimum program. We try to take certain steps by making necessary provision in the budget for the year 97-98. Sir, we were also for the first time for the rural housing program, about 50,000 the houses to be given in the rural area. Hitherto, there was no such scheme for the farmers at the rate of 2 lakhs per house. This was one of the new schemes that has been launched for the rural housing program. The Jawahar Rozgar Yojana or Ambedkar Yojana is for the weaker section or the houseless people or the sightless people, but the program is not going to be covered by this. This is totally for the farming community who have taken this scheme. Sir, in addition to that, there are some of the important issues like the PDS system, fertilizer subsidy, all these things which we have now taken in the last 10 months, only from the point of view of helping the farming community, helping the weaker section of the society. In the PDS system itself, sir, only 2-3 states all along were implementing the subsidized essential food articles in 4-5 states. We took a decision that this scheme should be enlarged and the nationwide we should cover up. For this scheme, we have almost provided about 7,500 crores for the PDS system, wherein the scheme is going to cover about 32 crores of the population in this country. Sir, the fertilizer subsidy has increased. Last year, we have made an additional allocation of about 2,500 crores for the fertilizer to help the farming community, and this year also it is further increased. Even the imported fertilizer, we have given a subsidy component of about 1,700 crores. In total, both the PDS system and the subsidy on agriculture sector comes to about 17,500 crores. The very purpose of taking certain steps in the direction of helping the agricultural sector, and also some of the poorer sector of the society who are below poverty line, who have no purchasing capacity. We have taken the decision to launch the new scheme nationwide. Sir, there are other issues. I am going to deal it after the House expressed its views from all sides. In the end, I am going to cover the other points. So now I would like to request the House to deliberate on this motion, which I just now moved with your kind permission, and I would like to conclude. And I request the House to ponder over on this issue and whether any thing which has harmed by our decisions in last 10 months, where this government has gone wrong and how we have betrayed the assurance that has been given to the nation. I would like to request this Honorable House, let them come out. If we have done wrong, we are prepared to set right. And I would like to request a free and frank expression, particularly on the omissions and commissions of this government in the last 10 months. Sir, with these words, I request honorable members may kindly express their views, particularly on this vote of confidence motion. Thank you very much.
Thank you.